Very long overdue for an update. It's November 1st. I actually filmed an update about 2 weeks ago, never got around to posting it. It's pretty much how things have been. I've not been good about keeping up with YouTube. I've not been neglecting the tank in any real way, but the YouTube thing is just, it's a lot of work. Everybody who does it a lot knows it's a lot of work, and I appreciate the work they do. I just seem to find other things. So let me give you a quick overview of what's going on here. Everybody's very healthy. I haven't really had any big issues in terms of fish. Coral-wise, doing well. So big updates. If you follow me on Instagram, about a month and a half ago maybe, these two morons found this anemone. They are so happy. They just hang out in there. That's really awesome. I was so happy that night when they first found it after about 2 months of swimming around at the top of the tank doing nothing. So that's an awesome thing. I've got a little bit of coral growth. Some of the zoas are doing okay. You can see my acans are not. Those are pretty much dying off. I've had them downstairs and brought them back up. But in terms of upstairs, I've got the Nero set up that I won from Billy Pipes. Thank you again, Billy, if you watch. And the feedback from people, I asked a long time ago what I should do with this. And the most common answer was take your two old pumps and put them on the same side. And the Nero on the other side. And that seems to be working out quite well. I've got a lot more flow going on. It's very random in terms of what's going on in the tank. I think I'm keeping a lot more stuff suspended in the water column, and I'm seeing a lot more in the filters down in the basement coming over. So hopefully that helps with coral growth. The fish definitely are working a little harder to stay out of the current or as the current shifts. But what I've got it set up on, so the two over here are J-bows. They're on a master-slave mode where they sort of alternate back and forth, but it's long cycles, so they'll run a while and then shift and the other one runs. So it kind of gives me a little front-to-back waveform, and then the Nero on the other end is doing sort of a random thing as well. So what I wind up with is a lot of turbulent flow in the middle of the tank. Not laminar flow, but turbulent flow. Which I actually caught some video of earlier when I had some seaweed plugging up the overflow and caused bubbles to be coming out. So I'll show you that here. And from that, you can see it's pretty turbulent. When all three pumps get going, there's definitely a huge sort of clash of water in the middle. And when they're not all going, it sort of shifts back and forth one way or the other. So anyway, that's kind of what's going on pump-wise. Coral-wise, as I said, things are doing okay. Some doing better than others. It's tough to claim phenomenal growth anywhere, but actually probably this guy has probably grown more than anybody else. Yeah, perhaps overgrown. I think I might have shown in my last video, I got some Pulsing Zenia. Maybe that's a real mistake. I don't know. I put it over and back. It's picked up on the overflow there. I moved the GSP over there just last weekend just to get it out of the way so I could make room for zoas. And immediately my goby went over and rearranged all the sand over there underneath it, which is actually great, because he's dug up all the sand and fluffed everything up. So anyway, that's about what's going on here. That's 4.5 minutes, and so maybe I'll show you what's happening in the basement as well. Okay, basement is the standard sort of train wreck as always. Filtration system, my skimmer's doing great. You can see I need to clean it. I've got this sort of white scaling going on in the sump down here. I assume it's a calcium deposit of some form. If anyone knows for sure what's going on there, let me know. I try to scrape it off, and yeah, it kind of comes back. It's probably a water chemistry answer to that, but things are going on there. My formerly blind, now just annoying clown that lives down here seems to be doing well. If you recall, I've had all kinds of problems, or I've attempted to grow macroalgae down here a few times and failed. Well, I've got all kinds of algae growing down here, and I guess I could call it macroalgae, but it's really not what I was looking for. It's not chaeto. It's not anything that I could take up and feed the tangs, but it's algae. It grows. I do actually have some chaeto. I made a little shelf. So there, believe it or not, there actually is chaeto in there, but it's all grown over with the rest of the algae. I don't know. Am I nuts? Should I tear all this crap out? Clean it out? Is that a bad idea? Good idea? I don't know. Let me know. So, refugium is the refugium. It still seems to be doing well. And then in terms of algae, got a lot of algae growing in here. I've promised that I would show video of cleaning this. I don't know if anybody wants to see it or not. It's really old. I've cleaned it a number of times since then. But I got a lot of algae in here too. Thought I had today, as I saw the weekly posting from the local fish store, they've got a lot of tangs. Would it be a really bad move to get a small tang and let it grow down here in the frag tank and clean up my algae? Because if I take this stuff, if I take the rack or any of these rocks with frags on them upstairs, they clean that stuff up immediately. Everybody just chows down on it up there. The cleanup crew and the tangs will just munch down on it like crazy. So I was thinking, geez, maybe a tang down here would be a good idea. Anyway, that's a thought. But not a lot else going on. I've got nothing in quarantine. I've got, one fish, actually 1.5 fish down here in the refugium, and everything's pretty much the same in the sump. So that's what's going on in Laminar Flow World, November 1st, 2019. Thanks for watching.